Okay, let's do this thing. All right, people. Smackdown, Smackdown, Smackdown. What do I got to say about Smackdown, huh? I guess a couple big things happening on the show tonight, especially leading into Elimination Chamber. So, what do we have going on SmackDown, huh? We do kick it off with, with Roman Reigns and crew, Usos, Paul Heyman, Heyman back together with the group, as he said he was the special counsel once again for the tribal chief. And a lot of people they bothered me to come out here tonight and talk about what really happened. And Paul, he said, it's a lot of uncomfortable troops, and it's not a plot or a conspiracy or anything against Brock Lesnar, because Brock Lesnar's made himself look like a fool. And basically, this all unfolded last Sunday at the Royal Rumble, and he talked about in Chicago a few weeks ago. What I would say over a month ago at this point. It said something that made him look foolish. As Paul went on to talk about how Roman Reigns had took him out, firing him and whatnot. And Paul said you'd have to get fired. He said he thought he was protecting him from Brock Lesnar and whatnot, but he knew in his heart that that wasn't the truth. And he talked about the biggest mistake of his career and whatnot, and he deserved to be fired. Okay, and Paul talked about like the wrong person got infected with COVID because at day one Roman couldn't make it, so he pulled some strings so to get Brock in that fatal five way, and then everybody could be where they are. Roman's the Universal Champion and can be on SmackDown. Brock is the WWE Champion and can be on Raw. But no, Brock wanted more and whatnot. He wanted to come to SmackDown and call out Roman Reigns and stuff. And, he'd go be the, try to get all this whole double title thing in WrestleMania. But he knew all along he could never, just trust someone this happy farm from Saskatchewan. But he just wants to take people to Suplex City. But Roman offered him a hand of family forgiveness and be back in the bloodline and a rightful place at his side. And just allow Roman, he said, to take out Brock back at the Royal Rumble and cost him the WWE title, and let Lashley beat Brock Lesnar. And that, the title for title thing, it's not going to happen. It's never going to happen, okay? Because he was tired of Brock and that stupid ponytail and all this stuff. And, Roman will get what he has. And basically, everybody should acknowledge him. But before he could finish, who comes out, I guess, now to face Roman, huh? Goldberg. Goldberg is here. Honestly, I feel like now when these Saudi shows or WrestleMania comes around, Goldberg will show up. And the people did. They were hot for Goldberg. I will say that. I don't know if that was all true or not, but the fans looked like they were happy to see him. And he told Roman Reigns, I am acknowledging you, that you are my next victim. You're next. And he challenged him at the Elimination Chamber. So, yes, the match that was supposed to happen in WrestleMania a couple years ago, um, and whatnot is now finally happening Elimination Chamber. I still think it's hilarious that Goldberg just comes in and gets these title shots out of the blue like it's nothing. And come on, he's not gonna win an Elimination Chamber. They just want to do this match to have it. But sometimes, listen, Goldberg done won the title before, so it wouldn't surprise me. This is Roman. He's not about to go over Roman. Okay, so honestly, I don't know how long this match will last. I'm surprised the Goldberg matches lasted that long with Lashley. If I'm most likely correct, this will be a 5-6 minute match. It'll be spear, spear, jackhammer, spear, jackhammer. No, not jackhammer, but after the first jackhammer, Roman will spear again, and then he'll probably Goldberg will probably hit a second jackhammer, and then Roman will get him in like his guillotine and whatnot submission, and he'll win from there. So that's what I see with Goldberg and Roman. Okay, so I don't know, man. It's like they needed him. People want to see Goldberg in Saudi Arabia or something, or here. They believe in Goldberg that much. I'm sure people already don't want to see it and say it's trash because it's Goldberg, but you know they love Goldberg and they keep bringing him back. So it wouldn't surprise me if they put the belt on him. But no, it's obviously not going to happen with Roman. Okay, but yeah, Goldberg is there. Um, Ricochet went against Rich Holland, which Ricochet did end up getting the win, but right after it turned into a tag team match for Ricochet and Cesaro versus Holland and Sheamus, basically back in day one. Match was what it was. It was okay. They kept talking about the whole when Ricochet busted what Holland's nose and stuff, and basically he was get the win over Cesaro for the win. So they won it from there. A lot of quick matches tonight. Eric went against Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso got the win for the splash. Once again, another quick match. Natalya versus Aaliyah, which basically Natalya kept fighting Aaliyah to the outside, which Aaliyah was able to knock Natalya into the barricade and get in and, win by countout. So once again, Aaliyah getting Natalya's number and still going on her little winning streak. So don't know where that will keep leading to. Drew McIntyre came out basically talking about his injury and talked, the doctor told him after day one that they say he wouldn't be able to make it to the Rumble or WrestleMania, but he told the doctor to kiss his ass and he went to rehab 3 times a day, 7 days a week, and now he's back again. And, he talked about what happened at the Rumble, and, I guess it's one apiece for him and Brock right now, and basically he'll get to him at another time, but right now he wanted to talk about Corbin and Moss. Corbin came out saying, he did all that work to just get, thrown out like garbage by Brock Lesnar. Moss tried to sneak up on him, and then Drew put his sword up, and, well, why don't you tell me a joke? Just tell me a joke, about all the Oklahoma and all this stuff. And then he said a joke, and then, Drew just Claymore kicked him. So why is Drew still fighting these guys? I have no idea. But it continues, and it'll be a match in Saudi Arabia between him and Moss. So there you go. I guess they had Knoxville's Jackass Forever premiere, and Sami Zayn showing up, basically messing with him before they escorted him out of there. He then went to DeVille and Pierce, basically said he wants his Intercontinental title match, and he didn't want it next week. So I guess in 2 weeks on the 18th, he will get his title shot. Natalya then coming in saying, I want a dungeon-style match next week of no DQ or, pinfall or submission only. All right, well, I didn't say, not the no DQ part. That was my fault. But, yeah, pinfall, submission, dungeon rules. Boogs came out there, which his guitar did not work for some reason, to bring out Shinsuke Nakamura to go against Jinder Mahal. Sami Zayn was on commentary. Nakamura won, so he's still, I guess they're going to be doing a match with him and Zayn for the Intercontinental title. Sometimes I wonder where they even go with Nakamura with the Intercontinental belt, because he just holds his belt to hold it. So I wonder when he will defend it. I'm not even, well, it will defend in the next 2 weeks, but he really barely defends his whole belt. He really does. He barely does, okay? He just barely. Naomi, though, basically went into office, basically wanted to fight Sonya next week. Sonya tried to make excuses, and then says, you got a match next week against Charlotte for the title. But Naomi didn't believe her, so Adam Pearce said, listen, you have my word. You will fight for the SmackDown Women's title next week. Naomi thanked her, and then, go on from there. I guess Natalya was about to try to go to Aaliyah in the locker room or something like that until Zia Lee, basically left Natalya there just kind of staring at her because she's the protector. I don't know what Zia Lee is doing half the time. I'm just kind of showing up every other few weeks, so I don't even know where that's going right now. New Day went against Los Lotharios. Honestly, this was not a bad match. I'm surprised I actually got this much time out there. It's probably the best match out of the entire night. Very enjoyable, and the crowd really was into it. So, New Day getting the win from there. That wasn't bad. I know they showed the Black History Month video of Jackie Joyner Kersey. They did that. Good video package. Charlotte and Sonya Deville were in the ring as Sonya told her that she spoke to Becky Lynch before this went on the air, and that, Ronda's planning to choose for a WrestleMania opponent. Which, Charlotte basically went on and says, if I defeat Naomi next week, I can choose my opponent for WrestleMania. And since, Ronda wants to fight Becky because, want to do the mom versus mom thing and whatnot, Charlotte says, how about this? I'm going to call out Sasha Banks. Since, Sasha isn't here, but it's going to be the best and worst day of your life. And I'm going to have a contract waiting from you saying she's faster and stronger than she ever was before. And more better than she was when she stepped into this company a few years ago and whatnot, and has dominated and stuff. But before she could even go on, Ronda came out, basically said, this was a game and everything. I didn't fly across the country just, an ice storm just to chat. I showed the family tradition of kicking ass and whatnot. I want ass kicking to you, and basically that Charlotte's not special, and you're just first though. And I'll see you at WrestleMania, bitch. That's what she said. Charlotte ended up holding up the belt then and says, okay, all right. So your opportunity is back to being the main event of WrestleMania. And this title, she says, is her baby and it's prettier than yours. Ronda took off her jacket. The Ville says, no, you can't do that. I'm in charge here and stuff. Charlotte tried to get her a sneak attacker, but Ronda got out of the way. Sonya jumped onto Ronda's back, with Charlotte got out of there, and Ronda ended up putting the armbar into Sonya as she immediately tapped out. The show went off the air. So basically, it's swerving in, and now we do know that Ronda will be going against Charlotte at WrestleMania and stuff, because, I thought about this, and someone brought up to me the other day, yes, Ronda could go against Becky, because Becky was the last person to pin Ronda Rousey, like I think I said this Monday at WrestleMania 35 and stuff. But, with Charlotte, probably be a better match and stuff, which at least the crowd's actually cheering Ronda and haven't, turned and booed on her yet, because we saw how that happened before. But, honestly, it'd probably be a better match, to be honest. And then again, listen, I know Naomi's not going to win the belt next week, but I've said this before. Who hasn't Charlotte really defeated on SmackDown? Charlotte had damn near beat everybody on SmackDown. So, obviously, Ronda had to be the choice and whatnot, because who else was really going to beat Charlotte? Charlotte is damn near God mode every week, okay? Like I've said before, she is God mode damn near all the time. So, I expect it to be a great match, though, at WrestleMania, but I kind of figured she was going to pick Charlotte anyways and stuff. I just had a feeling, like I said, it could have been Becky, but obviously they want to go for Charlotte and stuff. So with Becky now not having an opponent at WrestleMania, my pick, who I still think is going to happen, because I don't think it's going to be an Elimination Chamber match for the women coming up, I think Bianca Belair will be the one to face Becky at WrestleMania for the title, okay? Because I look on Raw, who else do they really have that is at least even credible? We've done enough of the Liv Morgan thing. The Doudrop stuff is done. I try to really think who else is on the Raw roster. I know nobody doesn't want to see Dana Brooke. Rhea Ripley, that's a possibility. I could see that. But Ripley, they kind of got her. I don't know. I feel like her star power's kind of gone down and whatnot. So Bianca, I could most likely see Bianca going back for the title and even beating Becky Lynch at WrestleMania for it. So that's what I kind of see happening from that whole thing, okay? But overall, like I said, SmackDown was SmackDown. Ronda making her choice and Goldberg showing up, and, a lot of fast matches. I thought New Day and Los Lotharios was actually the best match on this show, but not much I could say here as this show still builds into Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania itself. So we'll see what happens next after that. But other than that, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. I'm out of here. See you guys then. Peace out.